Shalom, welcome back to another lesson of Yahuah, Biblical Hebrew. Learn to read the Hebrew of the scriptures and discover the name of Yahuah. Let us review what we've seen so far. We've seen Aleph, Bet, Gimel, Dale, He, Wow, Zayin, Het, Tet, Yod, Kaf, Lamed. And now let's see what we're gonna check, what we're going to learn in lesson number 4. In lesson number 4, we're gonna have Mem, Nun, Samek, Ayin. These are the 4 letters we're gonna see in this lesson. Let's go back to the alphabet chart for the strokes. The first one we're gonna see is Mem. As you see, Mem has 2 strokes. It's like a rounded shape, and then the last stroke is the little line on the top. That's Mem. Practice very well because it can be tricky. I don't want you to confuse it with another letter. You can confuse it very easily when you are writing. When you are writing the letters, most important with Mem Sofit. So we're gonna see the Sofit letters later on. Next one, Nun, 1 stroke. Samek, 1 stroke. Ayin, 2 stroke. First you do the line below, then the one at the top, and there you have the 4th letter for this lesson. Once again, Mem, Nun, Samek, Ayin. You see, we're almost getting to the end of the Hebrew alphabet. That's awesome. And this is only lesson 4. So let's go to a couple of samples so we can practice them. Mem, everywhere you see it is Mem, but pay attention. Mem at the beginning and in the middle of the word it takes this form. You see, it's like a little bit rounded. It is open at the end, at the bottom left corner. It is open. It has like a little strike or a little tip on the top, but watch very well. It's a little bit rounded and it has like a little open area. That's Mem. It's used at the beginning, the middle of the word. How you're going to understand what I'm saying? Because Mem at the end is Mem Sofit. It has a different shape. This is the perfect example, okay? Ma'im, this is Mem at the beginning or in the middle of the word. This is Yad or Yod, which is the E sound. And this is Mem Sofit. If you pay attention, Mem Sofit at the end of the word, it is the same Mem, but this one is a little bit squared and it only has like the shape. It's not rounded, this is a little bit square. So this is a little tip that is going to help you recognize it when you're reading. When you see all the letters together, this is important to understand. So this is Ma'im, using Mem, regular Mem, and Mem Sofit. Ma'im is water, and this ending, keep it in mind because it's gonna help a lot. This is how you make the plural. So, but we're gonna get to that later on. It's just a little heads up for you. Next one is Nun. Nun. The same thing happens with Nun. There are 5 letters that have at the end they take a different shape. Same meaning, everything, but just the shape and writing is different. That's why they're called Sofit. So Nun, we have here Nun, we have the Tav, which we haven't seen it, it's the last letter of the alphabet, and we have the Nun Sofit, that's Natan. Natan is to give. So very important. I don't want you to confuse Nun Sofit. Let us go over here so you understand. I don't want you to confuse the Nun Sofit with the Wow. It looks like this over there, but when you see it in writing, let's get you an example. One of the examples we got over here with Wow. We got, you see, check this out. If you check, they look a little bit similar, but they are not. So what I need you to do is be a little bit careful so you don't confuse it when you are starting it, okay? So going back to where we were, we have Nun, we have Natan, which is Nun and Nun Sofit, okay? Natan is to give. Next one is Ban. Never been. Traditional academic Hebrew says ben, but Yahuah is ban. And you will understand. For example, this is the funny part. This is how you say plural, sons, banim. But the traditional Hebrew told you that no, but the singular is man, and then the plural is banim. Seriously, just confusing people. But anyway, we are using Yada Yahuah transliteration and pronunciation back to the original form, even before Masoretic texts. So we're using more like a Paleo Hebrew pronunciation. That's why I have ban and nun sofit at the end, okay? Ban, which is son. Next one, Samek. Samek is Samek, the sound of the S everywhere you see it. So very easy. Sus. We have Samek, and in the middle we have the vowel sound, which is U sound. We have sus. Sus is horse. And last one for today in this lesson is Ayin. Ayin, it has the A sound, okay? It's a little bit guttural sound, and sometimes it works most of the time as a vowel. So, because you gotta remember, Hebrew does not really have vowels, okay? The consonants functions as vowels, but the Hebrew doesn't have vowels. So let's pronounce am, because this is mem sofit. Am is people, nation. Am. And we're going to review now the main words we have seen so far. We have Maim, which is water, age 4325. Which is people or nation, age 5971. We have Sham. Pay attention. Traditional Hebrew is going to tell you that it's Shem for name, but it is not. It's Sham. Biblical Hebrew, Yada Yahuah, we're using the oldest form, and it is Sham for name, which is H8034. And next one is Sus, horse, is H5483. And last one is Natan, which is to give. Oh, before last one, to give is H5414. And the last one is Ban. Ban, which is son. Never this one, okay? Ban, H1121. And let me give you a sample with this letter with am. Yasharal. Yasharal is what you call as Israel, but the real name is Yasharal. And let me pronounce the R how it is pronounced in Hebrew so you get it. Am Yasharal. Am Yasharal. And if it is too hard, too difficult at the beginning, you just say Am Yasharal or Am Yasharal, the way you can pronounce it. The most important thing is that you know that is Am Yasharal. Am Yasharal. Am Yasharal is the people of Yasharal, all the people of Israel, or the nation of Israel. Excellent. Let's go to Daily Walk with Yahuah, Guided Path, Lesson 4. 2 expressions to know Yahuah. The first one we have is Aleph, Nun, Yad, which is Ani. Remember, this is always the sound of E. This is the end sound. Ani. And the second one is Kara. You haven't seen that one. You'll see it later on. We haven't seen the resh either, but we're gonna see it later on, which is Kara or Kara. Ani Kara, but let's make it easier. Ani Kara. And the last one is Alaka. Alaka. I call to you. Remember that the kaf at the end is strong. Well, everywhere you say it's strong. And remember that in many cases when the yad is before the k, it works like a liaison. Once again, you can say alaika, okay? But mostly words like a liaison to help with the pronunciation, transition between one letter and the other. So that's why you have Ani kara alaka, Ani kara alaka, Ani kara alaka. I'm giving you a different pronunciation for the same word, the same sentence, which is I call to you. And you can just use your imagination. Ani kara alaka Yahuah Elohim. I call to you, Yahuah Elohim. Ani kara alaka Yahuah Elohim. I call to you, my Yahuah Elohim. Super. And last one is, I love this one, okay? Short, easy, but very effective. Anali, Anali. You see, Ayin, Nun, He, Lamet, Yad. But remember, this is A, Nun, and this is A sound as well, but it ends with H. But since it is at the end, you don't pronounce the H. That is Anali, answer me. Anali, answer me. Anali, Yahuah, answer me when you find yourself in distress. So you have two words, two phrases over here. Ani kalaka, Anali. Perfect. This is the end of lesson number 4. Remember, we are using Yahuah Biblical Hebrew. Learn to read the Hebrew scriptures and discover the name of Yahuah, level 1 and 2. And if you want to improve your skills really quick, really fast, go to the Yahuah Biblical Hebrew workbook. Practice for mastering the Hebrew letters and reading the scriptures, levels 1 and 2. It is a pleasure, and see you next time.